Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss the topic forms of business organization. Now, when a person decides to start a business, there are certain questions that rises at that point of time in his mind. To what kind of business? From where will the capital come from? What form of business organization should be chosen? And other questions. So in this video, we will try to answer these questions. So we will talk about the types of business organizations. There are 5 different types of business organizations, and these types of business organizations are available in India. If anyone wants to start the business, he can choose from here or from all these business organizations. The first is the sole proprietorship, the partnership, the Hindu undivided family, cooperative societies, and the joint stock company. But what are the bases in which he selects the business? So how to decide on this? We will be discussing on this today. So we will be discussing on the features, the pros and the cons of each here, but this is an introductory video. We will be discussing on each forms in details in the upcoming videos. To start with, the first form of business organization is the sole proprietorship. As the name suggests, it's a single person ownership. In this business, a single person owns, manages, invests capital, controls the business. So we can say that if a person wants to start a business individually and without the intervention of any other person, he can start with this form of business organization. So here, a single person single-handedly manages the business, owns the business, and he controls the business. Okay, and this form of business organization is said to be as a small business. That is the reason it is very easy for a single person to control and manage the business. If it would have been a large business, a single person would not be able to manage so easily, such as a sole proprietorship. We can take the example of the beauty parlor. Now, beauty parlor is a sole proprietorship form of business organization, and the owner is said to be as a sole proprietor. Okay, now next we move on to the partnership. Partnership firms are related with the partners. Suppose when we would have been in school, we would have decided like in future we will be starting with a firm, a partnership firm of around 2 to 3 friends of us. So in future we start with a partnership business. We can start with a partnership business. So but there are certain restrictions to this. There should be minimum of 2 partners and the maximum of 100 partners here. Okay, and it is governed under the Indian Partnership Act of 1932. Next, we move on to the Hindu Undivided Family or the HUF. Okay, so it is a form of business wherein all the family together does the business. It is said to be as kind of a family business. It is one of the oldest form. Mind it, it is one of the oldest form, but not the oldest. The oldest is the sole proprietorship. It is governed by the Hindu law, and the government of India has not passed any act for this until now. The person who is the head is the Karta, and the other members of the family are the co-partners. The members are the co-partners here. We can say they are the sons of the Karta. Okay. Now next we move on to the cooperative societies. As the name suggests, it's cooperation. So it is a form of business organization where the members cooperate and they work for the welfare for them. They work for the welfare of the members. They basically think about each other here. Okay, they basically work together, and the main purpose to serve is to think about each other. So we can say, use the word here, mutual interest. Okay. Next, we move on to the last form of business organization, that is the joint stock company. So it has a separate legal entity. In its own law, it has its own identification. That means the law will consider the company and the businessmen are said to be as the two different individuals. That is the reason the word separate is used here. Okay, so the company is said to be as an artificial person. Why? Because it's not a human being. That is the reason it is said to be as an artificial person. It was previously governed under the Companies Act of 1956, but now it's Companies Act 2003. Now, when the company issues certain shares and we buy those shares, so the people who buy those shares are said to be as a shareholders. We invest, the shareholders invest money in the business. So we can say that as the shareholders are investing money in the business and buying the shares, the shareholders are also known as the owners of the company. Okay. Now, the board of directors or the BOD. What is the work of the board of directors or the BOD? They actually look after the day-to-day working of the business. The day-to-day regular working of the business. That is the reason they are, or manages the business. That is the reason they are the manager. They are also said to be as the managers. So the shareholders are the owners and the BOD are basically looking after the day-to-day workings of the business. So I suppose I have all discussed all the other forms of business organization. So next, in my next upcoming videos, I'll be discussing in details the each forms of business organizations, its features, merits and demerits. Thank you for watching.